And we are back. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Channel 135 podcast. This is the show we talk about our favorite things in life, movies, TV shows, and pop culture. I'm your host, Cams, straight out of Ranui. With another brother here, straight out of Ranui, also Eric. What's up, my man?
Hey, what's up, Cams?
This podcast, Channel 135, is brought to you by the WesWes Network, brought to you by WesWesNet.com. You can go follow us on our socials. We're on TikTok at WesWes Movies and TV. We are on Instagram at WesWes Movies and TV. We are also part of the WesWes Network. You can check out the socials there on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, the WesWes Network. And also click like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the WesWes Movies and TV, home of the Channel 135 podcast and the Late Returns Film Review podcast. And our latest Late Returns film review, me, Filippo, and Joey, we reviewed the 1988 movie Coming to America, starring Eddie Murphy. And that's out now on Spotify. I just put that out on Spotify. You can go listen to it now. And I've got the video here ready to put on YouTube as well. So you'll have that on all our content, our opinions on movies and TV. So today we are here to talk about the new series that's popped up on Disney Plus, Alien Earth. If you're into the Alien franchise, Alien Romulus was a movie that came out last year. Me and Eric reviewed that on the Channel 135 in the previous episode. And it's good to have a TV series come out as well, so we're really keen for that. And it was a pretty good episode 1 and 2 that dropped last Wednesday on Disney Plus, and we will review those 2 episodes. But first, man, let's get into how was your week, bro, and what have you been watching other than Aliens Earth?
I think I watched this it's fucked up. I watched this movie on this animated movie on Netflix. It's called Fixed. It's an animation about dogs. Fuck, it is out of it, bro. And like it is fucked up. It's like funny ass. It's the kind of sense of humor stuff that from like The Boys kind of. It's got that kind of sense of humor, but it's an anime. It's basically what it is. It's about a dog, and he's gonna lose his nuts. His owner's gonna chop his nuts off because he's too horny and he's like fucking everything. Like, you know how dogs, if you don't chop them, they get like overly aggressive or they're super horny. So this particular dog is fucking so horny that the owner gets pissed off and he wants to chop the dog's balls off. So from the point of view of the dog, you're experiencing what the dog goes through, and he's figuring out that his owners are gonna chop his balls through. So he's trying to do everything he can before the owner chops his nuts off. And oh man, it is just, some of the scenes are disgusting on that program, but I just get to watching it because it's my kind of sense of humor.
Is it an anime?
Yeah, it's an anime. It's really bad. It's really bad. There was I was just watching it, and there's a scene with 2 dogs going at it. And I think my daughter just happened to wake up, and I was too fixated on the screen. I was like, what the fuck? What is this? And then my daughter goes, Dad, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah. It's, it's absolutely nuts. It's kind of weird, because I've never seen kind of stuff like that on Netflix, so I was expecting that, like, to be on Amazon Prime or something.
Yeah.
Because they got Invincibles, Boys,
was it like
and all
R16 or something?
Yeah. So, yeah, that was really out of it. I watched the whole thing. I don't know why, but like it was funny beginning from start to end. I think the other one I watched was Ghosted as well. Chris Evans, I think, the old Captain America. I watched that. I didn't really like it that much. I kind of fell asleep through it. So yeah, thumbs down.
Catching up on Chief of War for the Chief of War podcast that we do on the show.
Yeah,
we're gonna record tomorrow.
I enjoyed the episode 4. That was good.
You've been watching that too, eh?
Yeah, man.
Chief of War?
Good. It's fucking good.
Yeah, and Alien Earth. I think the 2 TV shows I'm watching at the moment on streaming. So yeah, man. Glad to have you here on the podcast to talk about Alien Earth that dropped last Wednesday. And it's been mostly anticipated all year, because once they said they're gonna have an Aliens Earth TV program, I was like, oh shit, what's this gonna be about? You know, we already had Alien Romulus, like we said, and that was a good movie. It took us back to the first Alien movie, that kind of style, that kind of vibe, the horror movie, space horror movie vibe that you don't get with aliens, that you don't get with aliens. But before we get into the whole podcast about Alien Earth, I want to ask you, Eric, like, man, what is your sort of history with the Alien franchise? Like, what are your thoughts on the whole thing? Like, when you first saw the movie back in the days, how does the franchise? How do you feel about the franchise and the history you've had for the franchise?
It started. I think I started watching because the first one was obviously way before us. You know, before we were even born, I think. So I started watching the second one with the Marines. I think that's the one that James Cameron? Yeah. So I started on that movie. I did eventually get to watch the first one, but that was later in my years. I think in my teens, then I got a chance to watch it, and then when I was younger, I didn't like that vibe. You know, on the first one, because it was kind of, I don't know, it was dreamy, like, you know, especially with the scenes with the cockpit and that, well, the green tick scene and writing and stuff, and there was the lights and buttons and stuff. It kind of freaked me out. I don't know why, but it felt claustrophobic to me. So I didn't really like the first one. I like the second movie because, you know, the Marines and that attacking the aliens and shit, trying to, you know, trying to get out off the planet and all that stuff when I was younger. But yeah, so I started liking it, but I didn't know there was any connections between it, because obviously when they first came out, there was no connection between the aliens and the Predator until like in the last couple of years now, the last couple of 10 years or so. But I liked it back then. I think because of the second movie, just because of those Marines and that trying to get off that planet. Like, it had the hero vibe, and then But after that, there's the next couple of movies after that. I was just like, ugh. It's still disgusting. It still freaks me out, the aliens and stuff and that, and the eggs. Man, those eggs are crazy. But yeah. But lately, man, I don't know. I got a new vibe for it, because it's just like it's kind of been refreshed. Well, it feels refreshed to me. So I'm starting to love it at the moment. So yeah, I love it more than I did back in the day.
Yeah, man. Just like you, I watched the second one. So the James Cameron one, Aliens, came out in '86. That was action, sci-fi action, You know, with the Marines and all that kind of stuff. And that's when we were introduced to Sigourney Weaver as the hero, as Ripley. And I just remember just the Marines. To me, they were cool, man. They were cool. You know, we were been watching like Commando and Rambo and Van Damme in those days. Like, to see a science fiction with action, like, for me, it's like, okay, we had Star Wars, we had Star Trek, which was pretty cool, but this is something different, This is like war in outer space. It's probably the first time there's no lasers, It's just straight up machine guns and Marine style, you know? And how Ripley goes into their exoskeleton to fight the Queen alien, and even the aliens, they were like badass, Like, and then the video game, it comes out, And then remember the old school Aliens video game that was at the amusement castle.
Yeah.
And even when, you know, on Aliens, when they have the scanners.
Yes, I forgot to mention that. The
scanners.
That was the coolest part about part 2.
Yeah, but even how these aliens get made, like, they start off as in the egg, then the egg hatches, and then they become facehuggers, and the facehuggers wrap around your face and plant an embryo into your chest, and then it comes out as the alien, and it grows fast, and it's like a fucking killing machine after that,
Yeah.
And that's just so cool, man. Just the design of the alien was so cool. The clear fangs, and then opens his mouth and the hissing sound and the saliva all over the fangs, and the mouth opens and there's another mouth inside that comes and stabs you in the face,
Yeah.
and their long tails and all that kind of stuff. And there's heaps of them, right? There's heaps of them, and it's cool to see the Marines like fight against them and all that. So just
Yeah.
like you, like I love the second Aliens because that's the first one I watched. I didn't watch the original Alien till later on.
Yeah.
And you're right, we were 1 year old when it came out. It came out in '79, right? So Ridley Scott made the first one. James Cameron did the second one. The third one, Aliens 3, that didn't really hurt, That was in that planet of the. Oh, it was in
the
that ship
prison.
with the prison ship.
Yeah.
And that was kind of going back to one alien. Because it was all about one alien. The only reason why James Cameron did heaps of aliens, because it was like the whole army vibe. It was the action. It was more of
Yeah.
an action. The first one was more of a sci-fi horror. Second one's the action. Then we go back to sci-fi horror with Alien, right? And then Alien Resurrection comes back, and it's sort of going back to the sci-fi horror action as well.
Yep.
So, and then we go back to the single alien in Romulus, and we go back to the part one styles of the horror
Yes.
vibe, man.
Yeah. But the new xenomorph or human like xenomorph.
Yeah, that's right. So I think we're going back to those kind of styles again, which is like the basic origin of Alien. It's really a horror sci-fi, hey.
Yeah.
And those words, like on the poster, in space, no one can hear you scream. That's like shit. That's the shit,
Hard on.
That's the shit right there. But man, I just thought, and I remember, like you were speaking of how they connect to Predator with the Predator versus Aliens versus Predator films. Those actually came in the comic books, the Dark Horse comic books, the Aliens versus Predator.
That's where it started, eh?
Yeah, that's where it started. And they also merged Terminator as well. So Aliens versus Terminator, Terminator versus Predator, Predator versus Aliens versus Terminator.
And Terminator versus Robocop and all that shit.
Yeah, Robocop.
And Predator. Fuck.
Batman gets jumped in. Batman versus Predator. Aliens versus Predator. There's a theme. There's also a background storyline to all these movies that connect all these movies, and it's the corporation. The corporation of Weyland Yutani that always pops up in the Alien films. Like Alien, like Weyland Yutani is the corporation that owns the ships that go to collect the aliens, right? To send the astronauts or those guys off on their mission. That's the corporation that's back in Earth that owns all these ships that go ahead. So we always see the name. That's where the androids belong to, eh? All the androids that belong
to the Weyland androids.
To Weyland, the Weyland Corporation. Then they merged to Weyland Yutani. And then we sort of see them again, and we see the founder of Weyland, David Weyland, and he shows up on Prometheus. So we go back to the old, we go back to prequels, doing prequels. So Prometheus, then Alien Covenant, the two prequels.
Yep.
And we get introduced to more of the corporation. So
that was pretty out of it, the Prometheus Prometheus film, because it suggests that the so-called engineers, the aliens that they eventually find in Prometheus, were our creators, and they also the creators of the aliens.
Yeah. Well, David, he was the one doing those experiments in Covenant.
That guy was wasted, man. He was mentally disturbed.
Yeah. So I think I find this franchise really cool, right? I always follow this franchise. I love the aliens. I love I think that's just so cool, man. Just the killing machine, like, and I'll never miss an alien film that comes out. I just like the idea of how they are, the whole process on becoming an alien, the whole facehugger, chestbuster alien. It's just,
man, it still
badass,
fucks me up. It still fucks me up a bit with all that chest stuff. It's like, oh man, just anything, like it could be, I don't know, some kind of aerial kind of infection, and then next minute they got something busting out of their chest. I was like, oh man, that's disgusting, but it's cool. But I like the sci-fi part of it.
Yeah, and you would get a lot of the sci-fi part of it in the background with the Wayland Yutani and the dynamic of these corporations that control Earth right now in the year that Alien Earth is
Yes,
taken. Hey, man.
They really pointed out at the companies that run Earth at that time period, and you want to try to get a threshold on immortality.
Yeah. So, in saying that, like, we won't go into spoilers yet, but man, you watched the first episode 1 and 2 on Alien Earth. What are your first thoughts about it?
Oh, it's badass. I like it. It's an easy 4 out of 5 for me. No, I enjoy it. It's definitely they went back to old school on the first episode. You get that feel of the first Alien, especially coming from the score. I think there's a tune that plays in it. I don't know if it's a trumpet or something, but I definitely remember that from the first movie. And also, there's some of the special effects, especially when they had the eggs, and there's that light that goes horizontally with the eggs. That was in the first movie when they first find the eggs in that massive ass kind of room, and they had that light glimmering over the eggs in it, and they were staring at it trying to figure out what these things are. So they had a lot of Easter eggs from the first movie in that first episode. The xenomorph looks nuts. They always have, but on this particular show, I've never seen the xenomorph treat the humans like flipping chopped meat. Like in the second day, it was just dicing everything. It wouldn't even take long. So, yeah, the xenomorph on here is absolutely nuts, man. I just like how they portray it and how it has that mechanical look, so it could pretty much hide anywhere in its environment, like on a statue or on a wall. You know, it makes it worse, especially if it's like in a place like an industrial area, and you've got all those pipes in there around the walls and stuff. A fucking thing could be in the corner, man, just sitting there watching you, but it doesn't pounce like a freaking lion or something. So yeah, it's more animal-like on this one too, eh? You can see it. Kind of, it looks like the ones from Romulus, eh? But yeah, shit. I don't know where it's gonna go in the next episode, but man, it's looking good. And with the whole thing moving back to Earth, it's just like, oh my god, really? How's Earth gonna survive this? Not only that, on top of having the xenomorphs, they got three other types of alien breeds that they brought with them on the ship. So it's like, oh my gosh, what's worse than a xenomorph? I have one in particular. There's one I don't like. We'll talk about it later. It fucking freaked me out when it came out. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, man, I liked it, man. I loved it, and I love the aesthetics about it. The CGI is top notch, man. The production value is high. The TV show looks like a fucking movie, man.
Bro, the first one looked like a movie.
Yeah, man, and there's certain scenes when you see it on your screen, you're like, fuck, that should have been on big screen, man. Should have been on IMAX. I mean, it's so good, man. Some of these scenes, and yeah, I just like the vibe of it. There's a lot of vibes coming in from the first Alien movie, and you get the androids, and you get the Marines on the sort of Marines, that train to be not trained to be those Marines, but they're like assault, like a SWAT team or a rescue team that's in there.
Yeah,
so you get those vibes too. But yeah, the alien, like you said, looks really good in this one, right?
Yeah,
and
real good.
Yeah. So, but man, the writer and director for this show, Noah Hawley, he's top notch. That guy. He came from being an author and a screenwriter. He did a lot of old school TV shows when he started out. He wrote screenplays for Bones. I don't know if you remember that TV show and other ones. And then he wrote novels. He wrote books, and then he wrote Fargo for TV, the TV series. So he wrote all of that, and he directed some of those episodes. So you can tell from Fargo, like he's a great writer. He also wrote Legion. That was that X-Men.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, he wrote that. So, he's established writer. He's good at what he does. So when I heard he was going to be on the show, I thought, yeah, this is going to be some quality shit, man. He's going to write something really good. And you see it in the first episode, what this program is about, especially the context about it. So, it's not just alien hunting down some soldiers or hunting down a girl or a group of people trying to escape a spaceship, or that's pretty much what we see in all the films.
Yeah.
But what Noah Hawley has done, he's doubled down on the context of the alien lore. And what I mean by that, he's doubled down on the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, and what the story is on the Earth during this time. And we get the politics of it all. We get how Earth was run. So, there's a lot of background to the story as well.
Yes.
And it's good to see all that. So, Aliens Earth is not just about the alien coming to Earth, but it's all about what is up with Earth at that time, right?
Yeah.
What's going on? Who's the government? Who's in charge of all these ships going into space? Is this like the U.S. Enterprise? Is it like the Federation? No, it's like corporations, and they're doubling down on the corporations part of it. And there's a big part of what's happening in the show and what you see in the show. So, yeah, man, there's a lot to take in. And I'm just excited for it, that they can offer something more than what we've seen before. And that's what I like about the show.
It looks like the corporations are running Earth, eh? There's no government body.
Yeah.
So it's like, holy shit, okay, that's different. So you have all these companies and they're just, I don't know, doing stuff.
Okay, on that note, we'll get into some spoilers. So if you haven't watched the Alien Earth on Disney Plus, stop this podcast now, go watch it, and then come back to us. We're going to break it down. Break down some spoilers. But before we do that, we have to tell you guys what happened. So we'll give you the Channel 135 recap.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Alright, episode 1, Neverland, directed by Noah Hawley, written by Noah Hawley. In 2120, 5 companies control Earth and the colonized solar system, including the recently founded Prodigy Corporation, the USCSS Migno, and Weyland-Yutani C-class deep space research vessel approaches Earth after a 65-year expedition to obtain extraterrestrial specimens, among them facehuggers. On Earth, as Prodigy's Neverland research island, a terminally ill child named Marcy Hermit becomes the first hybrid, having her consciousness transferred to an adult synthetic, and renames herself Wendy, adjusting to her new body with the assistance of synthetic mentor Kirsch. Wendy oversees several other children who undergo the procedure. A malfunction compromises the Migno's navigation, placing it on a collision course with Earth. Some specimens get loose, and the grown xenomorph kills most of the crew. It crashes into a tower in Prodigy City, New Slane, where Wendy's human brother Joe Hermit works as a medic and corporate soldier. CEO Bob Cavalier asserts the Migno's contents now belong to Prodigy and deploys Kirsch, Wendy, and the other hybrids to assist with search and rescue to test their enhanced capabilities. Security Officer Morrow, who served the crash in the reinforced panic room, moves to protect the cargo and detains 2 Prodigy soldiers, who are killed by a leech-like specimen. Wendy remarks to Kirsch that she wants to save her brother from death. Episode 2, Mr. October, directed by Dana Gonzalez, written by Noah Hawley. Boyd tells his colleague Dame Sylvia that he formed the hybrid project to compete with artificial intelligence, and has granted Wendy additional abilities as he wishes to create a person smarter than him. He declines Weyland-Yutani's request to secure the Migno's proprietary contents, warning any incursion on his territory will be considered a hostile act. Joe is chased by a xenomorph and separated with his colleagues. It tracks him to a higher floor of the tower, killing another soldier and massacring an apartment of wealthy residents who refuse to evacuate. He is saved by Morrow, who chases him, and a xenomorph, but it regains consciousness and escapes after killing numerous other soldiers, sparing Morrow. Arriving in Prodigy City, hybrids Tootles, Smee, Nibs, and Curly encounter 2 other dangerous extraterrestrial specimens. Wendy locates her brother with Slightly, a fellow hybrid, but he doesn't recognize her. Slightly reveals to her true identity to a shocked Joe, who believed Marcy Wendy to have died. The 3 encounter several xenomorph eggs and are ordered by Kirsch to contain them until a hazmat team arrives. Joe is dragged away by the xenomorph, and Wendy chases after. That was your long ass Channel 135 recap for episode 1 and 2.
That's the only problem with these shows, when they start off. Either 3 episodes or 2. So the summaries are, man, extra long.
So, man, like we said, man, this show looks great. It looks great. The circus look great.
Yeah.
The story starts off like, what the fuck, man? This is so cool because there's another layer toward this all.
Yeah.
And like we said before, we're getting deep into what's happening on Earth. What is the status on the governments on Earth? Is it the government? No. Looks like it's the corporations. Now, we've seen Weyland Yutani in all these movies. We get to see who's in charge of that. Well, we saw Dave Weyland on Prometheus. And after he dies in Prometheus, the company gets absorbed with Yutani, which is that Japanese chick.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's Weyland Yutani. And now there's a third one called Prodigy, which is that young guy that we see that has those synthetics, putting the human mind consciousness into these synthetics. But the interesting thing about all this is what is being talked about in sci-fi stuff now. Like if you watch Black Mirror, it's all about putting your consciousness into a robot or into a database or into a synthetic game, man. So
imagine if you could do that, that's immortality right there, eh?
Yeah.
That's probably the fountain of, well, the real fountain of youth, I guess, which is disturbing. But yeah, that character, the prodigy owner. Did you see how they mentioned him? He was a trillionaire. In real life, do we even have a trillionaire? I was like, holy shit! Far out. I don't think the world has a trillionaire unless.
No, but this is the future. So in the future, corporation CEOs are trillionaires. You know.
Far out.
So and it looks like they control like territories around Earth and in on the solar system too. Eh?
Yeah, well,
like Prodigy's got the moon, and
I
when
heard
Yutani has Saturn and some
Mars.
other
Yeah,
Mars
and Jupiter or something like that. I heard that in one of the conversations, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
So they own those planets and stuff. So they can
that's right.
Put in their research development labs on any. Oh man, that's crazy.
So I like the way it's written already. Like, now we get into the nitty gritty of what these corporations are doing.
Yeah,
and it makes sense because if you look at what's happening now in the world, like Elon Musk and all that, even the other millionaires or billionaires around Elon Musk,
and the guy that's in New Zealand,
they're into trying to live longer, or what's the next step for humans?
Yep.
Right, cyborgs, or how do we live longer? Like, how do we beat death? That's the main goal. Hey.
Yeah, it looks like it, for these corporations.
Yeah, and
or something close to it.
Yeah, that's right. And in this TV series, Aliens, this is what it looks like. I think Noah Hawley's written a story of the end result of these, or the incentive for these corporations in the end day to find the meaning of life. That's what David Weyland was doing in Prometheus. He went over there to see what the secrets of humans were, right?
Yeah, and he found it, all right.
He found it, and then David, his android, he took over and tried to, figure out how to make the perfect specimen, right? So, and it's real interesting in the first bit where we see the kid, I forgot his name, but the kid that owns Prodigy, the trillionaire, they're into synthetics.
Yeah.
So they've got this experiment where they get these kids who are dying they might have disease, they're dying, so they transfer the consciousness into the synthetic humanoids or something. Like they don't grow, but they move around like humans. So like when you see on Blade Runner.
Yeah. It's buzzy though, because these hybrids, it's probably the first time we've seen them. I haven't seen them on any other Alien movie. Like, we've seen synthetics, like the robot type aliens, or like the white milk coming out. Every time they get chopped into pieces, they got that white shit coming out. Especially, they have the like on the second one, they had the marine, the synthetic there that looked like the owner, right? He looked exactly like the owner. when the owner turned up in the
Bishop.
third movie.
I'm talking about
Bishop, yes,
talking about
yeah.
Bishop.
Because you see his face a bit like throughout the movies and stuff and that.
Yeah.
But
So
you
these are
don't see
the
those
Wayland
hybrids.
Yutani ones, eh? These are the Wayland
Yeah,
Yutani ones that
they're
we
not
see.
the Prodigy ones, eh? So I
Not
wonder
the
what happened to them.
Prodigy ones. But remember, this TV series happens 2 years before the first Alien movie.
Yeah,
So we haven't even. This is the first time we see a corporation called a Prodigy.
yeah,
So, but man, just the way they introduce these characters, these synthetics, who have these kids transferring their consciousness into. That's all like a superhero team, eh? They got
Yeah.
special abilities. They got agility. They got. I don't know if they have strength, but they can jump around.
no, they do. They do
They do have strength. Oh, true.
Because it looks like they're strong and fast and they can jump and shit. Agility. Did
And
you
we haven't
get
seen that before. We haven't seen that before in the Aliens films, where we have these synthetics, like a group of synthetics with powers.
Yeah,
Look
that's
like
right.
they're gonna create a team and go up against these aliens. Or this alien at the moment. Don't know how many aliens there are. There are a few eggs there. So I wonder what an alien does with a synthetic. Can a facehugger put an embryo in a synthetic? What is that like?
Fuck, I hope not, eh? Because if
Well,
it does, will it make it really strong?
I'm gonna say no.
Nah,
Only
it can't,
organic,
eh?
organic life forms, eh, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the Peter Pan feel to this? To
Yeah.
this to the show.
Well, then they named him Peter Pan. Their names.
No, well, like the island itself is called Neverland, right? And
Yeah,
then
and the names they have.
yeah, and then the billionaire turns that TV show on the ceiling, and I think it's Peter Pan, and she calls herself Wendy.
Yeah, the fairy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shoot.
But then the dwarfs are the other kids. They call themselves of the dwarfs' names.
I was just like, I thought that was a bit weird. I
Yeah.
don't know if there was anything more to that, But
Yeah.
it got definitely Peter Pan vibes, bro. It's like, whoa. Kind of makes sense the way the Lost Boys, because Peter Pan always wants to be, a teenager forever, kind of stuff. Isn't that what he says in the movie? You could be young forever.
Yeah. The Lost Boys, yeah. The names of the Lost Boys. Not the
that's right.
Seven Dwarfs. What am I talking about? Yeah, so automatically we get this new extra story. The storyline that feels really cool, man.
Yeah.
And I think for
enjoyed
you
it.
being a sci-fi lover of sci-fi, this is pretty cool for you, eh?
Yeah, bro. And it makes like the story from now, or from where it's starting from, it makes sense. Corporations do want to do that kind of stuff, make these kind of these advancements in that, and make all this money or do research out in outer space with these organic life forms in that. So it's good. It's starting out really, really good. So I can't wait for the next episode and shit.
Yeah. So it's cool how the movie starts off. It starts off exactly like what happens on Alien. You see the ship coming to life with the MS-DOS. The computer screens turn on and everyone's in their cryogenic state. They come out of their beds and they just rise out of those cryogenic beds. Just like the movies, man. And it's cool how it fades to them having breakfast. Just like on part 1.
Yeah.
Aliens 1.
I was like, are they gonna do it again? Like the breakfast scene? With the alien sticking out the guy's chest? I was like, oh, please don't repeats.
And then they all die. You think these are the main characters, but no, they're not. Hey, they're just part of the big plan. So they all get killed by alien. But it's cool how it's shot. Like it doesn't tell us exactly how this alien escapes. It just gives us these little flashes on the way. Like it shows the characters doing their work, but then it just flashes their fates, like how they die.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, something's going on. And then and then just go straight to the scene where hell's breaking loose on the ship and everyone's dying. And you got the android. It's funny how they did the android, introduced the android, because they had this Asian guy act like an android. And you think that's the android, but he's not. It's the black guy acting
I thought
like
he
a
was
human.
the android, eh? But man, that guy was like flipping hungry. He was psychotically hungry, bro. This is psycho.
I know, but the black guy's the android all this time.
Yeah.
And he's a ruthless android, just like the android on part 1.
Yes.
Mm.
Only the mission.
Yeah, only the mission.
Because
So there's that scene. He's in that room with all the lights, and he's on the computer calling. It's mother, the computer, and that's when we see the first alien. Alien looks cool, man. It kills that girl that's trying to get in. He welds the door shut. Alien kills the girl. Alien tries to crash through the door, and he hides in that compartment underneath. Amen.
But that alien, I didn't realize it, but you could kind of see the female features on it. Its face, like it's kind of long and skinny, kind of like a female. The most accurate scene on that on the beginning part of that scene, as they're getting murdered and shit on the way back to Earth, is when they collide with a space station on Earth, and the ship kind of just hits it a little bit, and then it carries on going to Earth, and you don't hear the sound. And I was like, "Fuck!" That's the first time I see that in the actual space movie, because accurately, you don't hear shit in space. So, like, if a spaceship shoots a laser out in space, you don't hear the laser sound; you just see the light. And I was like, "Oh shit!" They actually did the research on this program. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty neat. I kind of enjoyed that. So I was like, "Whoa, that's pretty accurate."
What was really neat was when the ship crashes on Earth. Bro, that was fucking insane, man. That's the scene I was talking about. When should have been on IMAX, like should have been in the movie, man. Like it felt like movie escape, man. When that ship crashes, even the scene when the brother, what's his name?
Joe. Yeah, I think the brother's name's Joe. Their last name is Hermit.
Joe Hermit, isn't he?
What a name, Hermit. But yeah, no. The scene I like is when they arrived on the scene, and you know how the ship's rockets, it was still burning.
Yeah,
it was like going. It was still going into the building. I mean, it wasn't moving or anything, but that whole scene with all the debris and everything all over the place.
And
there's
people were scrambling underneath, and
trying to get out.
Did that give you like 9/11 kind of vibes of the engines still blazing in the building?
Yeah, no, man, that was out of it. That was like shit. Even before the ship got there, and they're like on the top of a building, like just chilling out, and then you see the ship just coming in for crash landing. That whole scene was mean.
So, we're introduced to Joe Hermit. He's the medic, He's the medic. He's the brother of Wendy, who's the little girl that her conscience went into the synthetic, and she's got like special abilities now, So she recognizes him in the video, and that's my brother. I need to go save him.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the reason why they leave Neverland, but they only leave because they're the CEO of Prodigy, the young kid who's a trillionaire. He wants to see what they can do,
Yeah. It's more like data collecting. See what his new synthetics can handle.
Yeah, that's right. And then there's that scene where he has a conversation with Yutani, who owns the ship that's crashed. So Yutani is the Japanese lady. She's the Yutani part of the Weyland Yutani Corporation. She wants what's on board. She wants the alien. She sent this crew out to find aliens to bring them back so they can do research and try and make humans like evolve. I think that's the whole reason for their.
It's either for that or for military use. Because I remember the Xenomorphs. They were going to use them for the military. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that's right. So at all costs, they need whatever's in there. They can't give away the secrets. But the problem is that the ship crashes into the Prodigy building. So that means the Prodigy guy...
Prodigy area.
Say, man, I need whatever they have in there. So there's a bit of politics going on, man. Because remember when they have the conversation? He is talking to the Yutani girl. And Yutani goes, hey... I need to bring my men in to retrieve our stuff in the ship. And he goes, no, you crashed in my building. You can't.
Yeah, and
your lawyers have to talk to my lawyers.
Yeah, because he was saying that like it's unsafe for your team to go in. So, because my team's already there, we'll handle it first, and then we'll let you in.
Yeah,
but you know what's gonna happen, He's gonna.
But when they hung up, he was saying, "I want what it was in their ship."
Yeah. I knew he was heading that direction because he looked like fascinated as soon as he saw the what he could see through his synthetics. He was really interested.
And this is the cool part of the story because we've now integrated the corporations into the story in a way where now we know what the incentive is for the action that's happening, right?
Yeah.
Neverland is under Prodigy. Prodigy wants whatever's in that ship because they know that their rival, which is Weyland Yutani, has something in there that's valuable to them. So if they can get it, they've got the upper hand on their rival competition, right? So, yeah, I like the dynamics here. I like what's going on in the background and what's going to happen, and pushes the story forward. So that's pretty cool. So if you look at episode 1 and 2, you could possibly join the 2 episodes together, right? Because it's one whole thing, eh?
Yeah.
You have a crash ship with an alien on. You have a rescue team going in, and it's all about the rescue team's all about finding out who's alive to rescue. And then you've got the Neverland people, the Lost Boys, so to speak, go into that because Wendy sees her brother there and needs to go save her brother.
Yeah, and the trilling uses that as a good excuse to send the synthetics, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess in he sees it like a good opportunity. I'm sure business wise, his butler or whatever that's always standing next to him is probably thinking, nah, that's not a good idea, bro. Just let them hand back for it, but they're not ready. But he's like, nah, we'll give it a go, because he even suggests, right, that if one of them gets damaged, it could be financially crippling. I was like, oh shit, they must be that expensive.
So then we get into the rescue team. They go in, they find, man, there's that scene where those soldiers find those specimens, eh?
Bro.
The one that eats blood, sucks blood, the blood sucker one.
Which one freaked you out the most?
Let's talk about that one for a sec. That one reminded me of, man, I hate anything like slugs that crawl into your neck, crawl into your face, crawl into your ear.
I thought it was going to crawl into his ass. I was like, fuck, man, don't go there, shit.
But man, that reminds me of Star Trek 2, the Wrath of Khan, where where Chekhov, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
When Khan captures him and he puts the worm in his ear and turns him bad, eh? He turns him bad. So that was when the soldiers were tied up on the pole and those worm things, that worm thing ate his neck, sucked his blood out of his neck, eh? And see how it goes big with red?
Yeah, it was like a bag full of blood.
His body was full of blood and it falls off because it's too heavy.
I hate that. Yeah, I hate that scene where they come in and they see it and then it just kind of falls off, eh? And then it runs off.
That's fucked up, man.
Runs off underneath the fucking tray or something. Like,
and when the Lost Boys come and find the dead soldiers, you can see their faces. They're like drained of blood. They they look like old people.
I'm wondering what else does it metamorph into. I'm hoping it doesn't metamorph into something else, because we know from the xenomorph, fuck the eggs and shit and the face huggers. What is this one gonna do?
But that was yuck. The other yuck one was the eye one. Fuck.
Bro, that freaked me the fuck out.
How it went in the cat.
Man, when in the cat is when it came out of the cat. Fuck.
When it came out of the cat, and they were like trying to chase it. That was a fucked up alien, man.
But that one is the one that freaked me out the most. But what I could see, by what it does, it looks like it latches onto its hosts, and it's got a thing for the eyeball by the looks of it. So I'm like, what the fuck, man?
And see how the pupils.
Yeah,
the pupils split, so it's a multiple.
Yeah,
it goes
like
around the eye, like, man.
It looked like a half spider octopus with an eyeball on the top.
Yeah,
fuck. I hate that thing. Hope they
kill it. There's those things. What about that plant thing that was hanging upside down in that hallway?
Bro, I don't know what's up with that, but that's even because it hasn't done anything yet.
No,
I don't know, man. I think it didn't attack them because it knows they're synthetic. Say, I'm sure if a human person, like like here you were talking about the biology of stuff.
Yeah,
I think if it's something like that, then it'll probably attack them, like actual human that went past, or any kind of biological animal. Yuck! I hate to imagine.
So the kids are led by older synthetic, played by Timothy Oliphant. He plays Chris, so he's like the guy that's in front of them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the alien. So the alien, when you see it, the alien looks cool, eh? And it was pretty cool how the alien
Yeah,
shows
bro.
up like a few times, reveals the whole alien. You know, that was pretty cool. And there's scenes where like characters are talking and you see the alien in the back, like
Yeah.
crawling on the ceiling. Wow, those are freaky, man, when it comes past the back here.
Yeah, it's like scuttering along like a mouse.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like fucking hell, man.
There's
It's
those scenes
designed-
and there's scenes where they're talking and you see something in the background, but it's still. And when they move away, it moves and it's the alien and it's disguised.
Yeah.
Like how you're saying, the look of the alien looks like the background.
Hard up, man. It looks
And-
because you know how
Looks mechanic in it.
yeah, it looks mechanical because of all the straight lines on it. You know, the straight edges on the freaking alien's body, like it's body armor. Bloody thing's made for killing, bro.
Yeah. So there's scenes we haven't seen before in alien films. Like there's a scene where how it kills, right? So it kills a whole bunch of people just like that. Like it's we haven't seen it before. Like, you know what I was figuring out? Like I was trying to think. You know in Aliens, the James Cameron one? There's heaps
Yeah.
of them, right?
Yes.
And these other alien movies, there's only one. And he's doing
Yes.
so much damage, more damage than a whole lot of aliens do on Aliens.
You gotta remember that those guys were Marines, and they were actually prepared for that. I mean, these other characters in this movie do have guns, but they don't even get a chance to shoot, man.
Oh,
Remember
especially
the-
that guy that got stabbed in the face. Because he was looking at the
Yeah.
alien for ages, man. I was like, come on, bro.
I would have let go of I would have been my finger would have been on the trigger ages ago. It's like, bro, don't stare at it. You can't kiss it. So shit. The scene that freaked me out is the one where the cyborgs captured the alien, the xenomorph, and he's trying to get into the elevator, and then the rescue team approaches him, and then they're like coming towards him, and then they finally realize that he's a cyborg, and they kind of freak out. Now I don't get it. Maybe cyborgs are not like it's like they don't trust him in a way, so they kind of freak out. He's a cyborg, but they're more worried about him than what's inside the bag. Eventually, the xenomorph jumps out, so the cyborg turns around because he's giving his hands to those guys to put the handcuffs or whatever. In something like 3 seconds, that xenomorph kills all those guys.
Yeah, that's the scene I was talking about. Like,
And
we've
I
never
was like,
seen
what the
these kills
fuck?
before. Eh?
Never.
Yeah.
I've never seen a xenomorph do that, like in practically seconds.
But then the xenomorph
the
doesn't even
shit?
kill the android.
Yeah, which
So I wonder
was
what
weird.
that's all about. Because the android was ready to stab him with the knife. Remember?
Yeah, no, he's a cyborg, so he's half human.
Mm.
So I was wondering, couldn't he maybe could have sensed it? I don't know, but fuck, I don't know if it likes him or not. Who knows?
Yeah. It also kills those people dressed up as French and having that party. It wasn't like a gay party or something. But that alien just wasted them. Eh?
Yeah, I got those rich vibe ones. Like they're those type of people that like, oh, what's with all this noise happening outside? And the guy's trying to explain it to him, right? So they're trying to explain to him, hey, there's a disaster going on, mate. You got a ship in your lobby. And the guy's, oh, okay. Just come down with all the noise. And he just they're still carrying on explaining, and he closes the door.
Mm.
Then eventually the xenomorph somehow gets inside the freaking room and just makes body parts of all of those people.
Yeah. What the Alien franchise is good at is making women the hero. So we see that with Ripley. We see the woman in Romulus.
Yep.
Now we've got Wendy. So, what are your thoughts on her as a hero?
She's definitely different from the rest of the Lost Boys. You can see it straight off the bat, even in the beginning scenes. Maybe because she's the first one that gets transferred. I don't know. That plays a part, but yeah, she's totally different from them. She's more optimistic, and probably just more focused on saving her brother. Well, yeah, she's more focused on saving her brother now. We find that out in the second episode. But yeah, I like it. But yeah, like you were saying, how come it's always a female? And then
Yeah.
the male thing is like the evil person.
Yeah,
Like David.
I thought it was different how she's got powers too. She's got abilities.
Yeah,
She's strong
yeah.
and she can jump and all that kind of stuff. And she's a synthetic. But it's also interesting that these kids are the kids in adult bodies, right?
Bodies,
So they're acting like
yes.
kids. These adults are
Yeah.
acting like kids, right? So I find that kind of cool too.
The one that buzzes me out is the one that that was looking at the plant. The one that wants to be a scientist. How he was just staring at the plant for ages. I was like, what the hell? It's out of a kid.
Mm. So there's a scene when episode 2, when Kirsch, he needs to find out what's going on. So he taps into the computer in the ship, and that's when he gets all the data and he knows what's going on. You know, there's a lot of extraterrestrial specimens here. And then he finds the eggs. There's a room with all the eggs, eh? Then he tells Wendy and them to go where the eggs are.
Yeah, I wonder what, made him... He looked scared. Like he kind of knew that, I don't know, maybe they were special?
Yeah, or maybe he just found out from the computer what's going on.
Yeah, true.
But whether
True,
because he's loyal to Prodigy, right? And Prodigy doesn't know about these aliens. He doesn't know what Wayland Yutani wants to do with these aliens, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the last scene of episode 2, where Wendy, Hermit, and who's the other guy?
Oh, the Indian. Yeah, I forgot the kid's name. Somewhere up there. But yeah, she's with the other Indian.
Slightly.
Who?
Slightly.
Oh,
his name is Slightly.
He's the one that told the brother, right?
The Indian guy, yeah. So I really like that scene where they reunite, Wendy and Hermit, reunite.
Yeah.
Mm.
The brother, right?
And the brother like ask her a question that only she would know.
Yeah.
Like, remember when we woke up? What did you say to me? Oh, your big toes, like something. You like hugged her straight away. You knew it was her.
Mm.
So that was a cool scene. Then we see the eggs. But then we know what's going on there, right? But we don't know why Kirsch told him to go there. Maybe, I don't know if he knew what's going to happen, or just for them to go check it out.
Yeah, I think they were going to secure them, maybe take them.
Yeah,
but still.
But Hershey puts his face over the egg and is about to open. It doesn't. But the alien comes and jumps on him, and takes him over the edge,
Yeah, that's probably the second time it attacked him and never killed him.
You don't think he's dead?
I don't think so, because you remember the first interaction the Xenomorph had with Joe inside the hotel room after 30-second those guys, and then they try to manhandle Joe. It didn't even kill him. Well, yeah, obviously the cyborg came in and saved his ass, but still. And then in that final scene on episode 2, when it jumped out of the wires or some shit, and then they try to take Joe and then took Joe over the edge. I don't think he's dead, but I don't know why it didn't kill him.
You remember on Aliens when the Marines go into that area where the Queen is, and they're going through the alien stuff on the walls, and they see some of their men, like some of the humans caught in that shit, and they're still alive. But then a chest buster comes out.
Yeah, because they've been face hugged.
Because they've been put there by the alien, so they get face hugged, right?
Yeah.
So the eggs can hatch and the face hug can go straight to them. So maybe this alien's trying to pick some humans to get ready for those eggs, right?
Maybe Joe's a good
candidate for that. Yeah. And maybe it was just self-defense, killing all those soldiers, because it can easily make one of those soldiers one of the facehuggers thingy.
Yeah.
To make more aliens. So
well, those guys in the hotel room, because when they started screaming, it got the bloody thing's attention, and they ran off like a dog. So maybe if you're dramatic, you die.
Or you show fear, you die.
Yeah, you die. Well, the cyborg did say that. It says it feels fear.
Mm.
Maybe Joe doesn't feel that. Who knows?
So the alien jumps from the top, captures Hermit, and they fall off the edge. And then Slightly's there. He's looking confused, and then Wendy, she knows what to do. She runs the other way.
Yeah.
So I don't know where she's going, but I figured she knows what's going on.
Yeah. It looks like she's just gonna go save her brother. So
Yeah,
it's a good motivator.
yeah. And this is my favorite part of the episode was that when we see Slightly, he looks back, and in the background, it's the start of fucking Tool,
Yeah.
the Tool song. And
Song. Yeah.
when it comes on, it's like, damn. And then the
Sounds-
credits come up, and like, wow, the Tool song's blasting in. Like, yeah,
But yeah, that was me.
Stinkfest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's funny how we got all on the action scenes there, but we missed all the talking parts.
I think we covered it, man. Because that's
The
pretty
action-
much where we at.
Yeah, the action scenes were
Like,
mean though.
what's the other parts you picked up in the story?
Not really.
Yeah,
Those were the main parts. I was just so fascinated with the xenomorph. It looks so mean.
yeah. So, man, I'm enjoying the series already, man. Episode 1 and 2 kicks off with a bang, man, and I'm into it, man. I'm really into it. I wonder if we're gonna see that same alien all the way through, or we're gonna see some other aliens show up.
Yeah, I'm sure we are because there's face huggers are there.
Yeah,
Did you recognize the sound of the guy's gun?
no?
When the xenomorph was like manhandling him like a toy, and then the gun went off. It sounded like the ones on Aliens.
Yeah. They look like there was an aliens too.
Yeah,
Mm.
they had the numbers and shit on it.
Yeah,
Like how you knew Ripley was holding the trigger down, and then the numbers were going from 200 to like down to 0.
yeah.
I like that part. I was like, whoa.
Nah, man, it's good. Looking forward to the next episode, episode 3, dropping on Wednesday. So, yeah, man. I hope
I'll
we'll
be
see
down.
what happens to Hermit, if he's dead or not, and hopefully
Yeah.
we can see Wendy get into some action against the alien there, man.
Yeah, well, she's got that guillotine.
Yeah. Oh,
The
that was mean
guillotine.
when she strapped it on her
Yeah.
magnet, like a magnet there on her back.
I was like, what the fuck? She just pulled it off the guillotine thing and just ding, and pick up a little teddy bear, and then she's off. Like, wow, this guy.
So, man, cool, man. That's us for the episode.
Yo,
Can't wait till the next one. It'll be good to break it down again. Hopefully, if anyone else has seen it, we'll get them on too. We'll break it down even more. But man,
Yeah.
thanks for jumping on, bro. It's good to
All
have you
good,
on
bro.
again. Channel 135, doing what we like to do. Talk about our favorite TV shows and movies. Have a good week, man.
you too, bro.
Catch you on the next one. Bye.